Hey, Mikhail Coleman.
Mr. Carlo Joseph, how you doing, sir?
Excellent. Hello, everyone from far and near around the globe. Good evening, good day, good morning. Ready to go, Mikhail.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Moguling Club as we present Moguling Talk, where today our topic is the wealthy and generous business owner. Okay, we're going to focus on what does it look like to be the wealthy and generous business owner. With that being said, I'm going to have Mr. Carlo Joseph go ahead and introduce himself, and I'll come back and introduce myself.
Hey, everyone. First, we want to start off with the wealthy and generous business owner. One second. Again, Mikhail, thank you for having me. But I would like to start off, first of all, by saying that this topic is very important. There's a responsibility for wealth and generosity, they go hand in hand. So I'll start off with giving my name first and our company, Clear Vision. Well, my name is Carlo Joseph. The company is Clear Vision Clear Path Inc. And our company specializes in funding entrepreneurs and business owners. We mainly focus in the entertainment industry. And when I mean entertainment, more film production, television production, music production, and then also we do entertainment technology. So live events, concerts, tours, off-Broadway stage plays. You know, we fund, we create, we invest money in prints and advertising. That's P&A, marketing and advertising, and the sales and distribution of the entertainment content, or the distribution and the sales of the entertainment content, the completed project. And we also have Clear TV now. We're launching our own streaming service, video on demand, subscription video on demand. Looking to acquire a lot of large libraries because the content and entertainment content is king. So purchasing libraries, and what we mean by that, purchasing entertainment content, will draw to have already have a track record and history and a following of people, like millions and millions of people. Like the James Bond franchise would be good. Law and Order SUV with Dick Wolf, his catalog would be like an example because they've been around for like 20 years, 24 years. So when you have the ability to license or own that kind of catalog, like Star Wars or the Marvel catalog, or buying out DC Comics, and also just taking, we look to acquire large income producing assets, film studios, sports franchises, you name it. So there's a healthy balance. And what I mean by that, I was posed a question of the no credit checks and no tax returns required, because what makes us different, we align ourselves with vision. We believe in unity. We believe in entrepreneurship. We believe in business owners that have a clear vision, a clear plan. And we believe in addition and multiplication. And we believe in generosity and wealth. And wealth is created. Uh, Wisdom comes before wealth. So it's one thing to acquire a lot of wealth and success. And wealth, I call it, is money that never stops, assets that keep producing income. So with that being said, we've also decided we have a consulting arm of our business where we consult entrepreneurs, business owners, strategic planning, strategic marketing. We bring a lot of added value, just helping them with structure, helping them with realigning, helping them with expansion, you name it. Just a lot of in sports you would call it scouting, where you do a self scout, like a inside evaluation, where somebody comes in and tells you everything that the company does well, and tells you everything where they can improve on, and then also telling them the kind of talent or the kind of leadership, or just restructuring, rehiring, things of that nature. And then we do the coaching. So we coach entrepreneurs and we coach business owners and coach people that were going to be top level executives to be the owner. Like, oh, This is very important, like a succession plan. We look forward to putting those things together for business owners as they exit, like who's going to take over and carry on the legacy and preparing the next in line. So in the Bible, it's like when King David was king, but God told Solomon that he was going to build a temple, but he told David first. So the existing leader, whether it's the business owner, entrepreneur, or the visionary, they always have a successor, and the successor is right there. Very rare. I know people believe in searching outside, but when it's a well-oiled machine, it has to be somebody with an excellent spirit. That would be the successor. So, well, I just shared that with everybody. With that being said, again, my name is Carlo Joseph, and the company is Clear Vision, Clear Path Inc. All right, McKenna.
Thank you for that amazing introduction, Carlo Joseph. I love the aspect that you stated that wisdom comes before wealth, and we're going to get into that a lot more as we elaborate on this amazing and empowering topic. My name is Michael Coleman. I am the CEO and founder of MCSLive.net. MCSLive.net is an online ticket service where you can host your next event and sell your tickets on MCSLive.net platform. I'm also the founder and CEO of MCSStreaming.com, which is a TV, movie, music, and theatrical platform for you to stream all your amazing music, TV shows, original shows, content at mcsstreaming.com. Um, in addition to that, I am 100% owner of 11 companies, and I'm also between 20% and 50% owner in 20 other companies where I have invested in. So I have many years of experience when it comes to the business sector and how to, push companies to scale to the next level. I am also the president for Moguling Capital, which is a division of MogulingFinance.com. And at MogulingFinance.com, we offer where you can start building and improving your credit score with installment loans that report to the credit bureaus, helping to increase your FICO credit score for personal and business. So you can go to MogulingFinance.com and you can select between $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000 installment line of credits that report to the bureaus with low monthly payment. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our topic today. The wealthy and generous business owner. What does that look like? We're going to get into that topic. As I was stating, according to the response, I'm responding to Carlo Joseph when he stated that wisdom comes before wealth. And that's so important. A lot of times as a business owner, before you obtain that wealth, you go through the process of learning, figuring out the pros and the cons, what is done well, what's not done so well. So you are obtaining wisdom. So once you obtain that wisdom, now as a wealthy, generous business owner, you can pass that wisdom on to other entrepreneurs who are coming after you so they won't have to make the same mistakes that you have made because you have gotten insight and wisdom. And with that, I'm going to have Mr. Carlo Joseph step in and pick that up right there.
Mikhail spoke about wisdom coming before wealth. And, experience in a lot of being around the right people, and Mikhail said pros and cons. A lot of things that went wrong help more people learn how to do it right and how to align with the right people. So a lot of lessons for each entrepreneur business owner is going to become wealthy. Generosity is a heart matter. So, and you said, what does that look like? A philanthropist. Once you've achieved, say, your goal, like, we have some business plans that are written out. I'll go right down the list. There's a plan for $50 billion is the request. There's a plan for $20,304,975,000 for an entertainment business plan. There's a business plan for $9 billion to purchase
I'm sorry,
500
Carlo.
mansions.
Can you back up to the part when you said, what does it look like? And you said philanthropist kind of went out.
Yeah,
So let's start.
yeah. What does wealth look like? I said, what does a wealthy, generous business owner look like? And it's called a philanthropist. And can you hear me now?
Yes, you're doing
Okay.
great. Start again,
Yeah,
and then
yeah. So I'll go right to it again. When I mean a philanthropist, someone that made and acquired and created a large sum of wealth now is going to use that wealth to empower other people less fortunate to become fortunate. So they're going to bring everybody up. So this is for all the dreamers. And a vision, when a vision is achieved, everybody prospers. So there's a scripture that says, when the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. Because when the generous prosper, when the generous become wealthy, when the generous succeed, when the generous own 10 cities around the country or own, their businesses global, worldwide, everybody will be impacted for the good. Their legacy will be of everybody's quality of life as a service to humanity will become better because they have a giver's heart. So they've been trained in being faithful in the least. Now they can be faithful in the much. So really, the wisdom is being trained right where you are. The decisions that you make now. So me and Mikhail talked about the 5 buckets, right? What happens when people are self-absorbed? That, for in layman's terms, when people are just thinking about themselves and thinking about what they need, what they got, what they see. There's tests that every billionaire and every wealthy person have to pass on their way there. This is not like school where they just pass you. If you don't pass the test, you're gonna keep taking it over and over again. For some people, it's the time test. Are they gonna stick with this regardless of what's happening or not happening? Let me say it where people can understand. Are they gonna stick with this plan, this business, this vision, this group of people, and it's not profitable? That means it's not bringing in income. And that's the number one thing that everybody has to learn. Because when income, people rate success based on financial. Can I say it, Mikhail? They base success based on can they pay their bills. They base the success based on how much money is coming in daily, weekly, some people monthly, and businesses quarterly and annually. So they're thinking, okay, we're doing well financially, then everything's all good. But others base their success, their true success, on by how many other lives they impacted for the greater good. So it's equivalent to saying like this: me and Mikhail become multi-billionaires or trillionaires. That doesn't count. Because when you're prosperous, it's your ability of making others great, making other people succeed, helping other people become wealthy. Because that's why wisdom becomes wealth. So you go from student or in training to now you're the teacher. That's what I was saying. You go from slave to king. You go to the poor. You go from poor to wealthy. And all of these lessons along the way, it's never about where you are right now or where you've been or what's going on with your family and your education and who you're married to and who your spouse is. And it's not about just everything's about the children. This legacy will last decades and generations. That's why what it looks like when a wealthy person, a righteous wealthy person becomes wealthy, that's why I said they automatically kick in a generosity. This is where all the schools are done. This is where all the community outreach takes place. Everybody talks about financial literacy. One of the things we need to teach people the basic principles: seed time and harvest. To people, like that means investing and saving. But when you invest, we talked about it in another segment. when you put your money into something, you must let it be completed before it brings you back that addition and multiplication. After many days, it's called seed time and harvest. So when you invest, there's the time of the investment, the life cycle of investment, and then there's the return. Well, most people they invest and they look at the return. They don't look at the time factor. Just like when people, if any farmers or people that grew up on farming, they understand that. There's a time to plant, and there's a time to water, and a time to let it grow, and there's a time for harvest. So one of the wealth lessons I see is people, when it's time to harvest, that means it's time for the return, time to reap, they're off plan, or they're on vacation and they're traveling like everybody else. So the entrepreneurs, the wealthy, successful entrepreneurs, the wealthy, successful business people, they don't move in a 9 to 5 window. They don't move in a paycheck speed or execution. They don't move in a build thing. They don't move on it's a holiday. The 4 or 5 holiday weekends, I'm not gonna call them, where everybody's like school's out for the summer type of thing. When majority of the people are working, they're resting, and when everybody's resting, they're working. So that lets you know they're more of a 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. type of person, up before everybody, and still working well after everybody's home. And when I mean working, it's a different mode of work. It's more of a strategic, a planning, a preparation. How can we make things better for the people that are assisting us to bring this vision to pass? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we say ladies, kings and queens that are listening, business owners and entrepreneurs, your legacy is how well your employees are doing. It's sports, people that play sports, your team should be as wealthy as you. And this is where people really gonna have to grow up. Yeah, the company made $20 billion, but are you gonna share some of that $20 billion with the people that helped you make it? Yeah, see, that's when the air leaves the room. Like, oh, yes. You're giving more, much is given because much will be required. The more that you have, the more you'll be required to do for others. And this is the mindset. This is another test people got to grow out of, the stingy and the greedy mindset. Let me just go, Mikhail. What I'm basically saying, it's the opposite of what people do that are employees. So on your way to your wealth, on your way to your success, these are all the things that are being worked out in you. So you're changing right before people's eyes. You don't even know it. So the day that you wake up with, like, say 11 figures in the bank, or you wake up with like 12 figures in the bank, or you wake up with 8 figures in the bank, you're still the same person to everyone else on the outside. But these lessons and these tests, these wealth lessons, because I've had to go through them. I'm not ashamed to say it. They're best learned when you're at your lowest place. I'll say it for the people that are like overweight. They're best learned when you're hungry and starving. Where if this doesn't go through, we're not getting any money there, and I'm not going to eat. That's when it's best learned. And I know people are like, how dare? Yes. I don't want to say this guy's name, but I heard a guy give a commencement speech. I'm not going to say his name. And he was saying how he used to have to run across town to go to this place where he used to eat for free until the business took off. Oh, they got one of the biggest companies. Matter of fact, we're on their phones right now. Yes. Because your fuel is your vision and your purpose. I want to say this out of order, but it's like to do the will is your food. I remember Jesus said it. To do the will of my Father is my necessary food. Something of that effect. I'm going to look it up. So when you're in your purpose and in your vision and you're walking through, and remember, everybody need to know this. You don't change people's vision. And now here's the subtle way people do it. They give you something else to do. that will benefit more them than you. That's changing a person's vision. They don't tell you not to do it. They just tell you go get a job. I'm going, I'm going right down. I'm coming straight down the pipe. You know, like a fast break dunk, Mikhail. I'm coming straight for it.
Absolutely.
Because you know what? How long are we gonna be caught between two opinions? How long are we gonna be caught between two lifestyles? How long? This is the lesson. This is the wealth lesson that everybody need to get. You're gonna pick. Your road's already picked the minute you decided to pick up this vision or your vision. And everything that's coming down the pipe is better as you go. You're gonna go through with no money before you get an abundance of money. You're gonna go through with the bills not being paid and stuff getting cut off before you're paying everybody else's bills and writing checks for everybody. I need to tell people the straight up truth.
That's the
That's
truth.
why I call it the true entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got me yelling again, Mikhail. I'm sorry about that.
That's just
It's
a fact.
it's the true entrepreneurs. I'm glad I'm somewhere where I can say it.
Yes.
Not the false entrepreneurs. It says it. Write the vision and make it plain. They that read it shall run with it. In the end, it shall speak and not lie. People's like, when's that end? When it's completed. Everybody will see it. Whatever you do in secret, it'll be revealed and open. But we got people sleeping and getting fat instead of getting up and working out. I don't know where that came from, but you get where I'm coming from, Mikhail.
Absolutely. Well, you can
Go ahead.
equate that to the aspect of what you got people who what they want their vision to manifest, but they're not willing to put in all the work that it needs to be for them to get to the what that wealthy place, to be abundant and generous,
Oh,
and to
yeah,
see
go ahead,
vision.
Mikhail.
But that's all I want to say. Go ahead.
No, well, here's another part. Every time I gotta say it, do not let your friends be your downfall. Do not let the surroundings be your downfall. That's the way. You know another wealthy lesson? Yes, your family is still your family. Some of the people you know are still some of the people. But the people you're going to be in your wealthy and your promised place will be very few of them from your past. Now, I know that's hard for people to swallow. There's new friends coming. Look
Yeah.
at it like you got to walk down the field, like on a football field. You're on one side of the end zone. And look at it like when they said we got to drive down the length of the field. They went 99 yards. They went 80-yard drive, right? On the way to that drive, and all the coaches and the guys that play sports and people that they understand that every play wasn't a success. But here we go, Mikhail. But the focus was to get it in that opposite end zone. So where they were looking to propel them to go past everything that wasn't right. And that's where the maturity has to become. We have to grow. It doesn't matter how it looks. How it looks is temporary. What it's going to be forever. And I start this off by saying, you must write your vision down and you must keep it before you. It's going to happen. Just stick with it. It's going to be fine. And then there's the patience test. And then here's another test, Mikhail. You've lived this. Is we just made money from the show, but we made enough to pay the bills and pay everybody, and it left me maybe like $10 for me to get a sandwich, if that. That's it. See what that means? Being faithful over other people's stuff.
Yes.
You have to pay everybody, not fire everybody and lie to everybody and say, "Oh, we didn't make that much money," so you could pocket everything and just go take care of your family. This is a true sacrificial servanthood CEO, president, Mr. John Maxwell. See, because we need to get the right point of reference, Mikhail. See, there's two different styles out here. There's the true kings, true queens, true entrepreneurs. There's the fake kings, fake queens, fake entrepreneurs. And I have to just start addressing it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can get upset at where people end up. They made that choice. But like I'm going to stay on this. Evil communication corrupts good manner. When your vision's written, we'll use $20 million as the goal. That's what it is. Anybody else speaking opposite of that? Security, please escort them out of the building. That's it. That was my mama. Well, hey, she's still your mama. See her at Thanksgiving. She's got to go. Matter of fact, she shouldn't have been in this meeting anyway. See, and this is what happens, because when there's a situation that happens in the future, which is coming, you're going to be able to pay for everything.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be like, oh, I get it now. Yes, I get it now. Oh, man. Get ready, Mikhail. Everybody that has a job that hears my voice around the world, somebody like Mikhail or myself, another entrepreneur or visionary, created that for you to hang out and be on the phone, be on the computer, looking at social media, and still getting your check. That's why I cannot hold any punches. We got to get the next group ready.
Yes.
This is how crucial it is for them to make it. All of us, business owners, entrepreneurs, vision, we must go on, because we're holding everybody else's like success. And I can end it right there. Our success is millions or billions of people's success.
Yes, that's true.
And we got to get out of this what I need mentality. You're going to have too much. I'm already there. So I'm going to end it on that note.
Well said. Thank you so much, Carlo. That was very, very, very powerful. I didn't have to jump in and say too much of anything, but I just want to go back and I just want to recap a few things for all of our listeners around the world who are listening to the Wealthy and Generous Business Owner. And we share some powerful empowerment information on what that looks like. So for you all who are on your way to becoming that wealthy and that generous business owner, these are some things that you can implement and look at, to make sure that you are doing some of these things. We spoke about the aspect of wisdom, okay? Wisdom comes before wealth. You have to go through that time period of where you're learning, you're obtaining wisdom. So that's number one right there. A wealthy and generous business owner, they are philanthropists, okay? They bring everybody up, because once the vision is achieved, and everyone prospers, okay? Once that vision is achieved, and everyone prospers. They're generous. The wealthy and generous business owner, they're generous because they succeed with everyone. Because when they succeed, everyone else will be impacted for the good, and they also have a giving heart. And right now, where you are, you're being trained in your wisdom. So right where you are, you are obtaining wisdom because you're going through a training process. So stick to it. Stick to your vision, and then you'll go from student to teacher. So right now you may be a student, but eventually you will graduate to become that teacher, and you'll be teaching someone else, and you'll go from being poor to wealthy. Okay. And I want to also say this right here. The wealthy is willing to wait for their investment to mature before they take it out. The wealthy are willing to take shares and or stocks before even taking cash transaction. And the wealthy will also reinvest their earnings to multiply it into more. Okay. And last, be willing to share. That is so important. The wealthy are willing to share, and they are generous. A generous business owner. They're willing to share. And just notice right here, too much is given, much is required. Thank you all so much for tuning in today to Moguling Club as we present Moguling Talk. Today our topic have been the wealthy and generous business owner. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time. And as always, be relentless, keep moguling, and remember, moguling is what we do.